Hi, I'm Trisha, and this is Our Cottage Ways. I'm so glad you're here. This channel is all about homemaking with heart because I believe home should be more than just four walls. It's a place where meals bring people together, where hospitality opens doors, and where little touches tell a story of love and care. Here, you'll find cozy cottage inspiration from cooking segments filled with comfort food to homemaking rhythms that bring peace and joy, and even home renovation projects that breathe life back into our spaces. My hope is that every video inspires you to slow down, savor the simple things, and create a home that feels welcoming to everyone who walks through your door. So whether you're here for recipes, home decor, or just a bit of encouragement in your everyday life, you found the right place. I can't wait to share this journey with you. Hi friends, and welcome to Our Cottage Ways. I'm Trisha. So happy to have you with me today so that I can share one of my favorite fall recipes for pumpkin bread. This is a family recipe that goes back at least 4 generations, and I know that my family loves it, I love it, and I think you're going to love it too. Let's get started with adding all of our dry ingredients to a mixing bowl. We're using a 2-cup measuring cup today. You'll notice that I'm spooning the flour into the measuring cup. It just gives us a more accurate measurement than scooping it in. That can compact the flour and just give us an inaccurate measurement. So I'm shaking it a little, making sure that it's even. The inside of the measuring cup has markings for 1 cup, 1.5 cups, and 2 cups. So it's really easy. I got it off Amazon. You need one too. Game changer. Next, we're going to add our baking soda, and this is 2 teaspoons. Following the baking soda is Redmond's Real Salt. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt. You can obviously use whatever you like to use, sea salt, kosher salt, but I love Redmond's for the health benefits. Next, we're adding our spices that consist of nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves, and we need 1 teaspoon of each. I'm just going to mix those up till everything is well incorporated and set that bowl aside while we work on the wet ingredients. I'm using a canned puree pumpkin today. The pureed pumpkin doesn't have anything in it but pumpkin. So you want to be sure that when you're shopping, you look for the pureed canned pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling. That has sugar and spices already in it. So you want to just make sure that you get the pureed pumpkin. Next, we are adding 1 cup of oil to our measuring cup. This is vegetable oil, but feel free to use the oil that you feel comfortable with or that you like to use. Next, we're using 4 regular size eggs. These are from our cottage hens, and I like to tell them thank you every time I collect eggs because I am very grateful to have fresh eggs at my disposal. Eggs have gotten so expensive over the last year or two, so it's definitely something that I'm very grateful for. So we're adding the eggs, and I usually crack them into a measuring bowl or a bowl just to make sure I don't get any shells. Next, we're going to use our whisk attachment to start blending up those wet ingredients. 2 cups of pumpkin, 1 cup of oil, and 4 eggs. We're going to start on a low setting just until those kind of start to mix together better, just so we don't slosh them around or spill them out over the side. And you can see what the consistency is. It's almost like a baby food consistency, or I guess an applesauce consistency or something like that. And next we will add our sugar. Now, the original recipe calls for 3 cups of sugar, but we're just going to add 2 cups. Over the last few years, I have lessened the sugar just for obvious reasons to try to have less sugar in our diet, but um, feel free to use whatever you prefer. Next, we're going to just start adding these dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. And I'm spooning it in a little at a time just to keep it from making a mess all over the counter. While that's mixing up, I'll prepare my loaf pans. And you can see that it's gotten quite a bit thicker. And I'm using that whisk just to go around the sides of the bowl to make sure we've gotten all the flour. We don't want any clumps or any dryness in there. And then I'll add a cup of chopped nuts. This is walnuts and pecans because I didn't have enough walnuts on hand to give me a cup. So I just combined them. You use whatever you like. We love walnuts in this recipe. Next, we'll spray down our loaf pans and generously coat them. I'm using an olive oil spray. I got this sprayer off Amazon too. It's really amazing because I can put whatever olive oil or oil I want in it, and I know all the ingredients. It doesn't have anything that might be bad for us. So just taking a paper towel and wiping down the sides, just making sure that it's evenly coated all over the pan, just to help release the bread once it comes out of the oven. We're just going to divide the batter evenly into each pan. And it might take a couple times to make sure they're even, but you just want to. Now, I want to mention you could also make regular sized muffins, mini muffins, or mini loaf pans with this recipe. You'll just want to adjust your baking times. I got it. I think I got most of it. Now I'm going to do something that I started doing a few years ago, and I do this with my zucchini bread, my banana nut bread, and also my pumpkin bread. And I just sprinkle, I'd say a generous sprinkling over the top of the batter, and I kind of press it down, make sure it's even all the way across the top, and press it down. And this is just going to create a really lovely, crunchy crust topping. It's going to caramelize in the oven. It's just going to be extra delicious. We're setting our oven to 350 degrees. We want to preheat before we start mixing everything up. Just be sure to preheat your oven. And while my loaves go in, I'm just going to wash up some dishes. There's just something so soothing about hand washing your dishes. It's the warm water or the smell of the good soap, or I'm not sure what it is, or the instant gratification. I'm not sure, but I love it. Now, the loaves have been in for about 45 minutes, so they are looking really good. It looks like some of the sugar is a little bit darker. The bread is not burnt. I think it's just the sugar there have got a little bit darker than some of the other spots, and it could just be this toaster oven. But it's got a really nice crackle on top, and I think we're just going to test it to see if they're ready with a knife. Just stick a knife down in the middle. If it comes out clean, it's good. So, yep, they're ready to come out, and it's going to be really, really hard to not cut into these right away and to let them cool. But they look absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited. I wish we had smell-o-vision so you could smell how good these are, but you'll try the recipe. I can't wait to hear how much you love them. Now, I did have a little mishap, and it happens to everyone, but I didn't take my knife and go around the edges of the bread like I should have. And it's okay. We can redeem it. We can put it back together and let it cool. It's going to be just fine. It tastes the same. But once it cools, it will kind of glue itself back together. So it'll be all good. My husband's going to laugh about this because we've been watching the British baking show, and I'm sure there would be some sort of a comment from the judges about this. But for this loaf, I am going to use my knife and go around the edge and try to release anything that may have stuck. Some of that sugar may want to stick to the side. So this should take care of that. It is pretty hot still. So let's see how this one turns out. Hopefully a lot better. And yep, we're good to go. You can see the steam coming off of it. It's still fairly hot. And you can always put this on a cooling rack. We'll let it set on the counter for about 10 minutes to cool before we cut it. It's going to be really hard though. I don't know if I can. I've got some butter pats ready because there's nothing better than butter on warm bread right out of the oven. We're going to go ahead and sample it, let you know what we think. Oh my goodness. This is the best. You have to try it. I hope it becomes one of your favorites too. Thank you so much for joining us today. I can't wait for you to come back next time for pumpkin soup. Bye.